All right, boys. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, wherever you are. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on repeat, we are back. Fantasy football is in a great place right now, actually. We've had a lot of very cool signings, cool news happen over the last 3, 4, 5 days. We are going to try and knock out some bigger boards over on Underdog Fantasy. If you are new to the channel and you haven't signed up on Underdog, you could deposit $5 and get, I believe, $50 right now just for entering. So you could right now, I mean, I think theoretically you could deposit $10, or I guess what would that be? You could deposit $50, get $50, and hop in a bigger board right now. We are waiting on 6 for this bigger board. If we knock this bigger board out quickly, and my guys are ready to run back another one, we'll go ahead and do 2. I will give you guys 2 bigger boards, 1 stream today. I've got fresh, brand new, bespoke best ball rankings up in my applet. They are there on patreon.com/DavisMattic if you want them. A good bit of I was actually very surprised combing through rankings this morning how often things were changing. How much one, the market has moved, and 2, just how much there is basically news impacting. Like the idea that March is this crazy fantasy football news segment is kind of crazy, but there's been a good amount of news, right? Like, I mean, just like looking at quarterback, look how much the quarterback ADPs have changed. You've got Dart, who's fallen down a ton. You've obviously got Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, who have come up a ton as well. You have got Fernando Mendoza falling, Daniel Jones rising. Then you've got that Jacoby Brissett, Tua, Geno, Rogers, Penix, Simpson, McCarthy tier. Boy, I'm going to tell you what, I am not drafting. Yes, I did think this was very interesting. So if you guys did not see this, our boys Evan Silva and Adam Levitan did a short form vertical video on Chris Rodriguez. Evan saying the exact opposite of me, which was that this is Chris Rodriguez's backfield to lose. And, I thought about it more, and I wonder if in the sense this might quote unquote be true that Chris Rodriguez will get the first carry of the season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The thing that I would disagree with my colleagues, I mean, they probably wouldn't even call me their colleague, with my superiors over at establishtheRun.com, I would say Chris Rodriguez is basically too bad to be a starting running back in the NFL. And I know that sounds harsh. I know that there's a lot of quote unquote good data out there on Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez basically just sucks, though, is the issue. Chris Rodriguez never generates any explosives. Chris Rodriguez cannot catch the pass. Chris Rodriguez has 6 receptions in his NFL career. And then you might say, oh, well, like maybe Chris Rodriguez was more involved as a receiver at Kentucky. You would be wrong. Chris Rodriguez in college had 20 receptions. So if you go back all the way, if you go back to 2018, so we are talking like a lifetime. You go back to 2018. So from 2018 to 2025, Chris Rodriguez has 26 receptions of a football. 26 receptions. You can't have. I just don't think it works, man. I just don't think it works. Can I have Claude update the membership tiers in terms of visual? I don't even have to have Claude do that. I can have Run. You know what? First off, Run Good Rick. I'll just say this right now. Very long-term member of the channel. Rick, you might be the first member of the channel. Honestly, you might have been. You literally might have been the very first. Wide retrievers took the day off of work to golf. Instead, St. Louis is back to winner. First off, wide retrievers, GM. Second off, are you going to March Madness this weekend? I just realized that the March Madness men's basketball tournament is being played in St. Louis. So on Friday, I'm going to go. Well, maybe Saturday. One of the days I'm going to go. I mean, I don't know anything about college basketball, but I'm going to go. Come on, you can't miss that. March Madness is in your town. I think you got to go. All right, there we go. We are filled. We are drafting out of the second slot here on the bigger board. There we go. We snap filled that in 4 minutes. We have got Zang Sanity. We've got Goods. We've got, do we think that's Antler Ice or Antle Rice. We've got my guy Macan123. We have Prestige FF, Sweet Leaf 22, Mech 3532, Bitcoin, JT Benninger, Cade Calendar, myself, and Zine 50. We will be drafting out of the 1.11. We will almost certainly be securing the services of my guy Kenneth Walker the third. Yeah. So there we go. Year 2, Cohen year 2, already getting to Belichickian levels of running back confusion for the fantasy football community. Honestly, I just don't really think it's that confusing. I really don't think it's that confusing. Yes, going to March Madness first round is a little like going to an NFL Sunday game. Lots of fun, but you miss the TV experience. Yeah, I'm only going one day. I don't actually have any interest in going like all 4 days or whatever. I mean, one, I don't want to spend like a crazy amount of money. Let's just be honest. And I know this is like such an unpopular opinion, but you know, look, we're all friends here. We can be honest. College basketball totally sucks. Like the guys are not skilled. They're, you know, it sucks. Like the thing that we like about it is, honestly, the thing we like about it is that it does suck because it creates these uncertain outcomes to games. So I don't need to see that much of it. Can I sell you on Kenneth Walker? Because this feels like a major recency bias spot. I can do my best. I don't know if you will agree with me, Mr. Lil Dodger. Final Four prediction, Ruben, I'm not there yet. I have not even pulled up Ken Palm yet. All right, well, I'm not getting Kenneth Walker because my guy Bitcoin took him at 8. So I guess if Bitcoin takes him at 8, that'll create something else good for us too. I mean, Kyler Murray's on the thumbnail. Do we do Justin Jefferson? Yes. Also, my guy Kyle makes a good point, which is that NIL has reduced a lot of the variance. All right, sure. Yeah, we'll take Justin Jefferson. Start a little bigger board with Justin Jefferson. No. See, Matt, this will just never. I'll never agree with this. The NBA is. I watch the NBA regular season pretty much every night. It's still very good. Just my opinion, though. I understand if you like. I just really like basketball. I understand if you like college basketball, but it is inarguable that the players are a lot worse, and I like watching the better players personally. Is what I'm into. Plus, my favorite team is the best team in the NBA, so that makes it a lot easier too. Oklahoma men's basketball didn't even make the tournament. They were like one of like the first 4 out. All right, Justin Jefferson and Ashton Genty. I mean, that's a pretty fire start. That's pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna move my box. We're gonna go back up. We're going to go back up at the top, actually, because I'm over on the right side of the board. So let's just move my box on over there. Perfect. All right. So we got a Justin Jefferson, Ashton Genty start. That feels pretty good there. McCain has been awesome on Oklahoma City. He's been like literally probably one of the better bargain I would say he was basically the best bargain acquisition at the NBA trade deadline. As long as BYU doesn't choke, I'm going to see DeBonsa on Saturday. Yeah, so here's the deal. I don't know which day. Should I go on Friday or should I go on Saturday for the Midwest region? Because I literally don't know anything about the teams. Like, I don't know who's good. I don't know who's bad. I don't know. I don't think. I just don't think there's really much of a. I just don't know. I don't know what I should do. So if any of you guys have insights on in the Midwest region, if I should go on Friday or Saturday, let me know. Yes, we are in a great run right now. March Madness through the Masters. We get the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs. Players Championship was great yesterday, although I was absolutely tilting my face off. Ludwig Oberg, I have him at 47-1 to win the tournament. He shoots 40 on the back to shoot himself out of it. I have Matthew Fitzpatrick at 59-1 because I parlayed Matthew Fitzpatrick outright with the Colorado Avalanche money line on Thursday night. Matthew Fitzpatrick can't get it done. So basically, the only way I don't make money in the end is for Cam Young to birdie 17 and then to beat Fitzpatrick on 18. It was just as brutal as it gets. I was tilting so hard. It's been I have had already 4 second places in golf. 4 second place, and Hideki losing in the playoff. It's been a very tilting start to the year, golf betting. Yes, and we are gonna have the Champions League quarterfinal, semifinal. It's gonna be good stuff. All right, what did Bitcoin do after kind of a sick start, honestly, from Bitcoin? Kenneth Walker at 8, Jeremiah Love at 17. I don't hate that at all. Sunday games will be better. I definitely don't want to be anywhere near Missouri fans. Nowhere near Missouri and the Missouri game will be the most expensive one to get into as well. I've never been to March Madness. There you go. All right, Kentucky, Santa Clara. All right, there you go. I will attempt to maybe get there. I think I'm trying to see if any of my buddies want to go. We'll see. We'll see. All right, Jefferson and Gene T. Do you guys like I really like getting one of these last running backs here. You can't get ETN here anymore. I mean, ETN, I'm going to do Kyron here because I don't really care the difference between the wide receivers. I would not mind taking Burden here. I would not mind taking Breece here, but I feel like there's no good, like the running backs available to me at 59 and 62 are just like clear passes to me. So I feel like Kyron or Breece or whoever is pretty essential right there. I would take Luther Burden here, honestly. Burden's ADP finally is now meeting up. It's so funny because I've had Burden ranked here the entire time, and now the market is starting to agree with my opinion on where he should go, which is just very funny. I love when the market drifts to where I'm going. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna take Luther Burden. Bucky Irving, 4th round. There you go. What about DeAndre Swift at 59 or 62? I'll toss that one to you guys. I don't love DeAndre Swift. I think that Swift has a lot of pressure. One, the Bears are rumored to be one of the teams that potentially would try and trade up to get Jeremiah Love. The other thing that concerns me about DeAndre Swift is he just goes through these stretches where he is so ineffective. And I wonder if the team turns it over to Swift. I also think the Bears coaching staff would be one of the teams that would potentially be able to turn one of these random running backs on day 3 into a guy that's in their rotation. I'm not, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just underrating DeAndre Swift, who continues to kind of just he just kind of gets there, right? I mean, DeAndre Swift has not been good in any of the fancy metrics in a long time. And in fact has like actively looked bad each of the last 3 years and kind of just gets there, right? 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns for the Eagles, 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns for the Bears 2 seasons ago, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns this most recent year. And he just kind of always gets there, even if he doesn't look that good doing it. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to rethink how I'm feeling about DeAndre Swift. $10 DK draft this weekend. Davis was 2 slots away from me and sniped me 3 times. Got to say, he's got pretty good rankings. There you go. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Peter. That's my guy. Swift will continue to fade the haters and have yet another good season. I mean, honestly, really probably not a surprising outcome at all. If yet again, DeAndre Swift dunks on the haters and, just easily gets there. Oh, you know what I just realized? Let's bring back the draft board view. Kind of forgot about this view. Kind of forgot about it. That's how you can tell. That's how you can tell. That's how you can tell I'm kind of out of practice. I forgot about the draft board view. It's the off season. We're all getting our reps in. We're all trying to figure out, where we sit on this thing we call life. There we go. Swift is Kyron with worse PR. I believe that. Yeah, I think that's true. If you're out on Monunga, you kind of have to at least be par with the field on Swift. I guess that's true. Are there any meaningful running back free agents that could change the Bears backfield? Could be. Could be. Ooh, strongest takes at current ADP. Uh Strongest take for me would be that I really like I have Bowers ahead of ADP. I have Mahomes way ahead of ADP. Oh shit, I'm on the clock. Scattaboo. There you go. That's why you don't use the alternate view. Why how am I on the clock? Did it stop refreshing? Oh, okay, there we go. Well, I really didn't mean to take Scattaboo. So tough scene. Ooh, good Thumby today. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dog Pound. So I guess I ended up with a running back anyway. Who do I want? Who do I want here? Ooh, Tony Pollard feels like a bear after the Titans take Love. Yeah, yep, I'm on board with that one. All right, and now we can just take Makai Lemon. Bang. So we've got Jefferson, Genty, Kyron, Luther Burden, Cam Scattaboo, and Makai Lemon. Most likely Bears backfield outcome is a Swift Monungai committee again. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's true. Is this a slappy team? I mean, Genty definitely airs more. Kyron is not slappy though. You gotta understand. You gotta understand. The slappies do not like Kyron Williams, bro. The slappies are so out on Kyron. Liking Kyron Williams is like the most right wing slappy thing about me for sure. Look at the 7 hole. 7 hole has drafted McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Rashi, Tootin, Swift, and Harvey. All right. I mean, he's vibing. You can't unslap a team with one player. I can try. I took Kyron in the mid-4th of a bigger board on Peachstream and got crucified. They're wrong. Yes. Oh, Scat is def right wing slappy. Ooh, who is the most boring player you were overweight on thus far? That's actually a very good question, Michael. I would assume it's probably a pretty boring tight end, but let's see. So I've completed 94 drafts. I've got a lot of slows going. I mean, Travis Kelsey, ETN, I'm overweight on. Rashad White, I'm overweight on. James Conner, I'm overweight on. Aaron Rodgers, I'm overweight on. Juwan Jennings. Honestly, a lot of kind of boring vets. Have I seen Mike Clay, Rashi Rice, PPR wide receiver 5? Why am I auto drafting on drafters? Because I just have a very limited amount of time, sir. There's just only so much time in the day. And the way that drafters works, it is the format that is easiest to auto draft and have passable teams. Is really just the way that it works. Herzig, I believe, what did Herzig finish second or third last year auto drafting on drafters? But yeah, that's really all it is. Because if you get on drafters and you have rankings that you feel good about, you can auto draft and have reasonable teams. Not saying I think I'm going to win or anything, but relatively reasonable teams on drafters. Yeah, all the slappies are now drafting dusty vets all the time. It's true. It's honestly it's true. It's a real 6 of one, half dozen of the other situation. All right, we're up and Fannin is available. We don't have a tight end yet. There you go. Fannin at 83 feels like a steal to me. I don't maybe that's wrong, but Fannin at 83 feels quite nice. I don't care if Deshaun Watson is his quarterback. There you go. Can confirm, love Dusty Vets and have 0 Kyron. They're tired of losing money. The Slappies are tired of losing money. Yeah, Goods. I mean, I'm never doubting Goods again after his top call on Javonte Williams and the big board last year. Goods is a ball knower. Honestly, I would say this is probably it though. It's just a bad rookie class, which is making these Slappies pivot. Slappies got burned spending thousands fading the boomers after 2 slates. It's like changing strats after week three of BR. All right, let's do, you know what? I don't think I have this combo yet. Let's do Dart with Scat. So we've got Jefferson, Genty, Kyron Williams, Luther Burden, Cam Scattaboo, Makai Lemon, Harold Fannin, and old Jackson Darterino. Uh, this is interesting. It is kind of interesting that 4 of the top 5 tight ends basically don't have a quarterback. It's really 3 of 5 because we know. So McBride has Brissett and Minshew. We don't know who's going to start week 17. Bowers has Mendoza. Loveland has Caleb. Warren has Daniel Jones, and then Fannin doesn't have a quarterback. But I see what you mean. They're all sort of unsettled. There you go. I took Kyron in the drafters draft. Yes, I have Kyron ahead of ADP on drafters for sure. Are we really buying the Raiders want Mendoza to sit? I'm not buying that one iota. I'm not buying that at all. Unsettled and also probably really bad. Yes. I mean, Fannin is going to have bad quarterback play. Warren will probably have average to below average quarterback play. Loveland has really good quarterback play. Bowers will probably have average to below average, and McBride will have average to below average, but it probably makes up in terms of volume, I guess. I guess you could say. And I can maybe try and take Isaiah Likely on this team, which I have not done yet. Um, these bigger boards, kind of fun. And this one filled pretty quick, so we should be able to knock out another one probably. How are you guys feeling about some of the running backs who got their pro days done? Adam Randall had a nice pro day. Jaden Ott had a nice pro day. Um, wondering if that's moving. What if you guys are moving anyone around, trying to get any extra exposure to anyone as a result of the pro days? Kittle price now will look insane heading into the season. Which direction? Are you saying Kittle is going to be healthy or unhealthy? I think the Kittle price seems high personally, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe being injured just doesn't matter anymore. Oof. Team is setting up well for the late Darnell Mooney pick. God, Darnell Mooney. I hate taking Darnell Mooney, and I hate taking Slayton. What's your over under on rookies for your teams this year? 2.5. I mean, 2.5 is probably high. I do like Lemon, and I like some of the late running backs, but it really is not a good rookie class. It really, really is not. It's honestly quite poor. Okay, so I could snap off my second quarterback here, trying to see because there's not going to be anything coming back to me. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Jordan Love. Now, is Reed available? Okay, Jaden Reed already went. So now I need to set up. I'm setting up the last round Dontavian Wicks pick. Kraft quarterback plays pretty good. Yes, Mooney is better than Slayton. Thoughts on Justice Hill versus Rasheen Ali? That cannot possibly be the Ravens' plan. Running the ball is too important to what the Ravens are to the Ravens' identity. They've got to do something else. Either they have to be thinking about making a trade. They have to be thinking about drafting multiple guys because if Derrick Henry has to miss a month of the season, you cannot be handing the ball to Rasheen Ali. I just don't think it works. All right, bang. Well, now we can do the layup pick. We all knew it was coming. Xavier Worthy at 110. Nice and easy there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So I mean, I guess I guess I could maybe Golden will be there at my next pick. Maybe Golden will be there at 131 and we can wrap that up. Where does Likely go? Likely's pretty low in my rankings. Likely's ADP is in the 150s. I've got him in the 170s. I mean, I just don't think Likely is that good of a pick, but he's fine. Positionally, honestly, the Scatterboo pick maybe bailed me out a little bit because I would not have wanted to take Dowdle at 86. I wouldn't have wanted to take Gainwell or Coleman at 110. So I guess it's fine. The positional distribution at ADP is sort of interesting this year where there will be stretches of 20 picks where you're like, well, I don't want to take a wide receiver there, or I don't want to take a running back there, or I don't want to take a tight end there. I'm quite curious to see how much that changes after the NFL draft, and then to see how much that changes as we get more of the the normal population in our games. And by normal, I mean the people who are not watching a best ball stream on March 16th. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love all you guys, and I love what we are doing here, but we are not indicative of what the global market is going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So when the more global market gets in here, I'm just very curious to see what that does to our games. So the most recent thing I read about David Njoku, and I have no way of knowing if this is true. I have no way of following up on this, but the most recent thing I heard was that David Njoku is considering signing with the Philadelphia Eagles in kind of, I guess, a reserve role because the Eagles, I think, unexpectedly sort of re-signed Dallas Goddard. Did not see a ton of people forecasting that. Did not think that we were gonna see Dallas Goddard come back in. So that was sort of interesting. By the way, how close is this contest to filling on Underdog? We got a ways left. 1,401 entrants, and there are 2,200. Do I want to do another one today? It would be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare to not get all 5 of my entries in, I guess. I don't know. Let me think on that. Let me think on that. Maybe I save my next bullet for a guest. Maybe Flock will come on for a bigger board. You never know. Do we take so the sidekick wants me to take a quarterback here. I don't really want to. I think I'd rather do I think I'd rather wait a little bit. There's not really a running back worth taking here other than Mike Washington. I'm going to take Jaden Higgins, who I'm a little bit light on, but the sidekick does not like Jaden Higgins, so I don't get very much of him. All right, so we'll do Jaden Higgins and then we could do Jaden Higgins and then Stroud and then just be done. Or I mean, this is also a good spot to take a tight end. We could take Kittle or Sadiq to get some backfilled tight end points with oh shit, Golden went. That's who I meant to take. Dang. That's why I meant to take. Yeah, I gotta take Jordan Love to set up Higgins. No, I'm gonna take Mike Washington, actually, is what I'm gonna do, because I need running back points there. Did I read the Atlantic story about betting last week? I did. I mean, it was stupid. It was not a very good story. I think you just have to understand the sort of Gelman amnesia effect anytime you read a mainstream media, a national news story about something you are a specialist in, which is that no one else is going to have your domain expertise on the thing. So the chances of it being good are just really light. Wow. Chris Rodriguez at 137 to drafter Bitcoin. That's pretty rich. I don't think I'm there. I mean, so obviously the big issue with that article was the guy didn't have any interest in learning how to sports bet properly, you know? Hmm. Okay, here's an interesting little update. KC Concepcion underwent routine and preventative knee scope last week. Concepcion is expected to be 100% for rookie camp. Kind of interesting. When I read these types of articles, I know they're not being written for someone like me. Yeah, I mean, exactly. They're like that sports betting article is being written for just like a really, just like the most median person you can imagine. Most recent thing I read, Michael, on George Kittle's return from his injury was that he was expected to be back. I believe he said as early as week 5, which to me, yes. I mean, yeah, he free rolled the whole thing and then lost on purpose. And then he took the bad side too. Yeah. So I don't know what anyone was supposed to learn from that article. I mean, do I think that sports betting is a net good on our society? I mean, I don't, probably not. So do I fundamentally disagree with the takeaway in the article? No, I don't. But I mean, I think the same thing can be said about, do I fundamentally think like alcohol is good for society? No. Do I fundamentally think that marijuana legalization is good for society? No. I don't believe any of that stuff, but that just is what it is. You can't outlaw vices. Outlawing vices does not make them go away. All right. Sidekick wants Diggs here. Uh, dang. All right. I'm gonna take Travis Hunter though. I'm just so not a Diggs guy. I am done. I am out on Stephon Diggs. Thoughts on Tucker Kraft for next year? Dude was basically a top 3 tight end before the injury and was a clean ACL. I'm just worried that there is just not enough volume available for my guy. That's really all it is. I'm gonna take Jawan Johnson here. I'm worried that Tucker Kraft is just like maxed out on volume at like what 6.5 targets per game. Sure, we can change marketing. Why would the volume be worse than last year? Well, the volume was not very good last year. Tucker Kraft volume has never been good. Tucker Kraft did all of that last year on 44 targets in 8 games. 44 targets in 8 games is bad. He had one good volume spike game. 32 receptions over 8 games, that's you do the math on that. That's like 64. Um well, I mean it certainly does matter. Like he's pretty unlikely to score what's that math? A touchdown for every 4 receptions seems unlikely to happen. I mean, I don't, maybe he will. I would say he's probably a smidge overpriced for me, but just a smidge. Does DJ Moore have a renaissance year like Diggs did in Buffalo? I mean, I lean slightly no, but it doesn't certainly does not mean I'm right about that. I would slightly lean no, but does not mean that I'm correct. Because I'm not even certain that DJ Moore is a great stylistic fit for Josh Allen or a great stylistic fit for the offense. He does the ball in hand stuff. It's like, okay, well, you already have Shakir for the ball in hand stuff. Shakir is like one of the better yak wide receivers in the NFL. Then on top of that, you also have Kincaid, And then you also have an offense that throws the ball to their running backs a decent bit. And so then I just kind of start to get confused. Why Hunter over Judy when you drafted Fannin Jr.? I am just so not a Jerry Judy guy. To me, I feel like Hunter is one of the better like asymmetric bets on the board where a lot of the time he's a 0, but the times when he is not a 0 are like if Travis Hunter is not a 0, isn't he one of the best picks on the board? Like either Travis Hunter does not matter or he is, equivalent of the number 2 pick overall. All right, we're going to take Eli Stowers here as our third tight end. And then we should be able to get one Mr. Tank Dell for our next pick. Yeah, let's take. Do we want to do Tank? Do we want to do Gunnar Helm maybe? Yeah, let's do Tank, and then we can save something for we can save a late running back pick later. Who's my favorite late round running back? Probably Adam Randall. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, it was Keaton Mitchell, but he's more expensive now. I like Nicholas Singleton. I like Randall. I like Brian Robinson. I think Tank Bigsby's a good click. Seth McGowan's kind of interesting. Jaden Ott for a totally free guy. I have more Cedric Tillman exposure than Jerry Judy. Kind of interesting. Can't say I'm much of a Cedric Tillman guy either. Can't say I'm much of a Cleveland Browns guy, honestly. It's really just mostly Fannin Jr. for me. David's taking Jordan Love to set up all my Texans. I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry. Oh, Claiborne. Yeah, Claiborne. So I'm having a tough time with George Halani and the Seahawks backfield because you've got a couple pressures. The first is they are, like, I would say the most likely team to take a running back in the second day of the NFL draft, round 2, round 3. And you've got Charbonnet is almost certainly going to be back by the postseason. And you've got Emmanuel Wilson. So there's a lot of pressures on George Halani not being a guy who matters at all. My 2 running backs in the drafters draft are Kyron and Jonathan Brooks. That seems bad. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say that seems bad. I guess I better hope that I get some good late round running back performances from whoever the hell is left for me. Halani is like the running back dead zone, but for round 20. Well, hey, I mean, I guess that could work. All right. Dang, we do need another running back. There are like no good running backs left. Let's do Sean Tucker here. Sean Tucker just as a warm body. That probably works just fine. Right? Why not? And then let's do Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson is our third quarterback here. Chris Brooks could be fine. What is wrong with KC Concepcion's knee? I don't know. It's honestly the first I've heard of this. I didn't know. I really didn't know it was a thing. Did you guys get any specific reporting on what was wrong with Concepcion's knee? Wait, I did my oh man. I really hope that I did so on Drafters, I did a set of custom rankings earlier, and I really hope they saved. Because if they didn't save, I'm gonna have a bad time. Because it would have meant that I just auto drafted a ton off of regular ADP, which you don't really want. So hoping and praying for myself on that one. Kevin, we are drafting a bigger board on Underdog Fantasy right now. Any second year wide receivers you will think will pop? I mean, Burden is the biggest one. I'm trying to think. Sharp's kind of dead this year. Seahawks like using 2 running backs. Solani getting beat report buzz. I don't. Why would Sharps be dead this year though? That's what I'm having trouble with. Why would Sharps is dead to start the year, but I don't think Sharps is going to be dead for the money weeks. That's what I'm having trouble getting with. How does Sharps help you in the money weeks? That's where you're losing me, because it feels like the money weeks are where you are going to want running back production. All right, how are we gonna finish this team? Jefferson, Genty, Kyron, Burden, Scadaboo, Lemon, Fannin, Dart, Love, Worthy, Higgins, Mike Washington, Travis Hunter, Juwan Johnson, Eli Stowers, Tank Dell, Sean Tucker, Ty Simpson. Sidekick wants me to take Slayton. I do not want to take Slayton. I'd rather take Wicks if he's available. Wicks is available. All right, so let's do that. We've got our Wicks stack in. We have a 3-5-8-3. Adam Randall already went. Slayton, Cup, Bell, Malik Washington. I mean, this is some heinous stuff. All right, is Helani available? Can I even take George Helani? Can't even take George Helani, bro. All right, I'm going to fire a bullet on Ollie Gordon. How about that? All right. Jackson Dart, Jordan Love, Ty Simpson, Ashton Genty, Kyron Williams, Cam Scadaboo, Mike Washington Jr., Sean Tucker, Ollie Gordon, Justin Jefferson, Luther Burden, Mekhi Lemon, Xavier Worthy, Jaden Higgins, Travis Hunter, Tank Dell, Dontavian Wicks, Harold Fannin, Juwan Johnson, and Eli Stowers. I do like Ott. I'm a bit of an Ott boy. All right. What do we think? Is that a good team? Do I like the Bitcoin team? I always like the Bitcoin team just because his name is Bitcoin. I just like underdog username Bitcoin. All right, let's do. Here's the deal, guys. I only have two of these. I only have 2 of these left. So let's do a regular one. Let's do a regular big board because I've only got 2 of these left. So let's go do a regular big board, okay? Unable to locate, huh? All right, little hack there. Just remove lobby and then go back in and click best ball, and normally it works. There you go. There you go. That would be fun if Liam wanted to do one. It's not about reloading the money. It's about reloading. I only have 2 bigger boards left, period. All right, there we go. Drafting out of the 3-hole in this one. Let me pop the draft board out. There you go. Now there you go. We're chilling. Oh, and now because I'm drafting at a more appropriate part of the board, I can do my proper overlay. Sweet. Carved Muffins, Bitcoin, Lotzi24, Colton Slavy, Goods, B-Bell, Dreaming of Sundays, Seaton151, Tajax666, BHO Kevin, Tyonin14. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get it done, fellas. Knock ourselves out a big board here. The non-influencer 101. GM Lousy. How you doing? That hack was the best thing I learned all year from best ball streams. Yeah, if you just remove lobby, it solves the location error a huge chunk of the time. All right, we got Puka Nacua at 3 there. Bang. Yes, yeah, refresh instead of reload. There you go. I know who do you guys want? Who do you guys want me to have on to do the next bigger board? We could do maybe Karina do it. Maybe Peter would do it. I don't know. Maybe 50% equity would get Peter to do it. Makai Lemon to the Rams would be very ideal. You guys want Soccer Dave to do it? He would definitely do it. Lan Larison. Lan, I don't think Lan. So I literally, this is actually true. I literally have Lan Larison's phone number, but the Patriots control what media he can do. All right, I will ask Liam. Jeff Janis would be good. All right, I'll ask Dave. Can't imagine what it's like to have your employer control what media you do. Yeah, MacNova would have no experience with that. Audience lottery for a spot. We'll be doing. I'll definitely be doing some stuff like that during the regular drafting season. All right. Well, I wonder if we can get Bowers. It was about a year ago that we got this game is beatable. This game is beatable. It's true. It was about a year ago that we got it. That is my man is spitting facts. Bucky plus DJ Moore for Loveland Superflex tight end premium. I want the Loveland side, Sir Brooks, all day. That feels very lopsided to me, but I'm not a big DJ Moore guy. Oh man, come on. Don't snipe me, Loutsy. Loutsy's gonna snipe me. He's for sure taken. I guess actually by ADP, this isn't even a snipe anymore. You can just get Puka Bauer starts. Isn't that insane? Ooh. Am I the mogging monster on drafters? I hope so. I hope my rankings are doing me. I hope my rankings are doing me well. I hope my auto drafted teams look okay. I probably am going to end up with a lot of bad quarterback teams on drafters, I bet. But I hope it works out for me. Oh, all right. Well, I think I'm going to jump. I'm going to take Breece here. I know that's a pretty big ADP leap, but you do not want your first running back to be Bhayshul Tuden, I don't think. gonna eat my veggies with Bucky and best ball because I'm gonna fade so hard to manage. It makes sense to me. I love late tight end and early drafts, but can't help myself with Bowers. Same. I used to be able to avoid McBride when I thought Willis was going there. I did the same thing. I got really light on McBride for a while, and now I've moved him back up. All right, Salted Cod's belated thoughts on the Atlantic gambling piece. It's bad writing to spend months on a long form piece and shoehorn it to fit your priors versus letting it take you in a direction you might not expect. Completely agree. Completely agree. That honestly is maybe the best way to summarize how I feel about the article. Like as a writing exercise, as a journalistic experience, it doesn't work because the guy didn't. I don't think the guy really approached it open minded at all. Wide receivers are king. It's true. I mean, there's certainly no replacing the wide receiver points you have. It's just I don't know. It feels lousy. It kind of feels like we're back in like 2010 again with how important running backs are in fantasy football now. I don't love it. As someone who didn't finish the article, I gave up after Nate Silver told him props are sucker bets. It's probably fair. Wow, Josh Allen at 37. I do like taking Josh Allen there at the turn. See, so I know that Breece pick like feels pretty bad, but it's really gonna free me up with my next pick. At what point am I gonna capitulate the ADP on Kyler? I mean, I'm way above market on Kyler and have been the whole time. I have Kyler Murray ranked one. Well, actually, ADP caught up with me because I have Kyler Murray ranked 112. But I've been ranking Kyler Murray ahead of average draft position basically the entire time. All right. Well, I mean, never say never, but Luther Burden is okay. Well, I was gonna say Burden was not gonna get past goods. I could take Javante here, which would be horrible, but I might do it. Sidekick is gonna want me to take Mike Evans, probably. Yeah, Sidekick is saying I'm behind at wide receiver right now. What is my ranking difference between Breece and Bucky? I actually have Breece ahead. I have Breece ranked 31 and I have Bucky ranked 37. So a 6 spot difference, which is pretty big. There you go. I knew ball. Mike Evans. All right, so we got Puka, Mike Evans. Bada bing, bada boom there. I mean, Mike Evans is pretty easy. Kyler is playing for a big contract in 2027. I don't expect games where he doesn't feel like running. I expect Kyler to have like a pretty gnarly fantasy football year, honestly. All right. Do I want to do you know what? Put your money where your mouth is, Davis. Bhayshul Tootin at pick 51. Is going more hero and zero running back builds to counter the heavy running back market a good leverage from how people are generally building? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it would not surprise me at all if this kind of ends up being like, oh, turns out Javante is actually bad. Turns out Kyron did get replaced by Corum. Turns out Bucky Irving is a 187-pound scat back. Turns out Breece Hall is a jet. Turns out Travis Etienne Jr. is who he was the first 4 years of his career, not the guy who spiked touchdowns last year. Turns out Josh Jacobs is 29 years old and not efficient anymore. Chase Brown at 23. Oh, my guy, Mr. Flock himself, tooting at 51 has to be bad. First off, it's probably not that great, but it's not that far away from his ADP. His ADP now is 56. Where do we? Okay, this is actually a good question. Where do we think that? Where do we think ETR has Tootin ranked on Underdog? I don't know the answer to this question. Everyone guess. Michael Leone has Bhayshul Tootin ranked at 56 exactly. 56 exactly is where they have him. 56. 56. So they are ETR is right in line with ADP on Bhayshul Tootin. Despite Evan Silva, there you go. Ooh. If we release the Tootin clip now, can we get his price down? I bet we can. I mean, I don't know exactly how ETR does their stuff, but I don't think Silva has much to do with the best ball part of the product. I think Silva has much more of his thumb on the scale for the redraft product would be my guess. I don't know though. You're darn tootin'. Okay. Let's go. Do I want to take Jalen Warren? He's like definitely the last of a tier at run. You know what? I'm gonna let. Gosh, what do I want to do here? This is just the worst spot on the board. These are all terrible picks. All right, I'm gonna take Jalen Warren. I don't want to take Sutton. I don't want to take Warren. I don't want to take Pierce. I don't want to take Parker Washington. I don't want to take Metcalf. I don't really want to take Michael Wilson. I don't really need Fannin because I have Bowers. I mean, this is the worst part of the board. Aren't you worried that in the past 20 years, only one 0-star running back recruit has finished in the top 12 in fantasy? I got to be honest, bro. I'm going to take Michael Wilson so that I can take Jacoby Brissett and get some weirdo leverage on McBride teams later. I'm not worried at all because I bet that there are a decent number of 1-star running back recruits who finish top 12 in fantasy. And running back production is just so much more about opportunity than anything else. I think you got to give a pretty big shout out to Kevin on this because he was not afraid of the Tootin price. He was slamming the Tootin button before ETN left. Hurts would have been fine there. Yeah, I could have taken Hurts there. And maybe I just should have taken Hurts there. Yeah, I mean, Chris Rodriguez certainly can get the first carry of the year. Yeah, it's all about opportunity, yet I'd be smirched C-Rod because Chris Rodriguez can't catch any passes and the Commanders waived this guy 20 times. He's been a healthy and active as many times as he scored a touchdown in his NFL career. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I should be slapping the Chris Rodriguez Jr. button. You know who hasn't waived him? The Jaguars haven't waived him yet. It's true. Chris Rodriguez is the absolute worst flag plant the slappy right wingers have made. I tend to agree. That basically I would consider making Chris Rodriguez the face of your movement. Like if you want to make a political comparison, this is like making Vivek Ramaswamy the face of your movement and then realizing immediately how terrible of an idea it is immediately afterward. Like bro is not built for this. Because if Chris Rodriguez is the face of your movement, that means you got to draft Chris Rodriguez. I tend to agree. It is kind of funny to me. All right, there we go. My guy, Sir Brooks, got the dynasty trade over the line. Bucky and DJ Moore for Colston Loveland accepted. I feel good about this. It's like making Jelly roll the face of your movement. Yeah, another very good bit. All right. We could just do. Oh, we could just do. This is nice and easy because I can just take Purdy here and set up the Mike Evans Purdy Staccarino, which I probably don't have very much of in the profile right now. There you go. Purdy. So we've got Purdy, Breece, Tootin, Warren, Puka, Mike Evans, Michael Wilson, Brock Bowers. And I'm going to guess the sidekick probably wants us to take Stafford here. Man, Kyler Murray at 96. Kyler Murray at 96. Someone is buying into the thumbnail, bro. Someone saw my thumbnail and said, you know what? Kyler Murray is a quarterback one. They're saying he is. All right. Do we take Stafford here? Do we take Michael Pittman Jr. here? Oh, Stafford goes. Did Stafford go to a non? Stafford went to a non-stacked team. All right. Laporta, Dubs, Wandale. You know what? Wandale sets up Ward, so let's do that. So we can take Mendoza, we can take Brissett, and we can take Ward. So we've got some optionality built in. Tootin was a very good pass catcher in college, though. Actually, pretty explosive pass catcher in college, whereas Chris Rodriguez had 20 receptions in college. It's just he did not play that role. But Tootin was quite a good pass catcher in college, actually. Let me pull up his stats here. There you go. Tootin in college ran 838 routes. 673 routes. He generated 1.29 yards per route run with how many catches? 87 catches overall, 9.9 yards per reception, 9 receiving touchdowns. Actually a very good pass catcher. What was his elusive rating? Elusive rating 103.9 his final season, 116 overall. Yeah, pretty good. 949 yards of yak. Lined up out wide. Actually ran 70 routes out of the slot. Kind of interesting. Tootin had more receptions on a team with Etienne and LeQuint than C-Rod had in his career on a roster with JCM and Brian Robinson. Well, the pass pro stuff, that's all LeQuint Allen. LeQuint Allen is basically Samaj P. Ryan, but just on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oof. I mean, very true. Virginia Tech was bad. What was his quarterback's name? Kyron Drones, I believe was his name. Not a very good passing quarterback. Oh, Chris Rodriguez is, I think Chris Rodriguez is full on right wing slapsus. All right, what are we gonna do here? We've got. Do I want to take Shuck maybe? Shuck's kind of interesting here. Sidekick wants Golden, or sidekick wants Jonah Coleman, who I'm not really into. Jake Ferguson, Shakir. I mean, what a brutal range of the draft. You know what? I like Jonah Coleman just fine. My guy Bush from the Fantasy Stock Exchange is big on Jonah Coleman. There you go. Most yak by FBS running back since 2015. Genty, Gibbs, Etienne, Scattaboo, Dalvin Cook, Jonah Coleman. Yeah. Coleman was very well regarded after his junior season and then stayed another year at Washington and saw his stock diminish from staying another year at school. Many such cases of that happening. Dang, maybe I should have just taken Shuck because we are officially quite light on quarterbacks now. You know what? I think if I want to get him, I think I just got to take I can probably wait. Let's do you know what? I'm going to take Sadiq. I'm feeling frisky. Feeling frisky on Sadiq. Sadiq and Bowers is a fun group. Would Trevor or Connor from the NFL Stock Exchange do a draft? Maybe. You never know. I was out on Coleman, but Scott Barrett had some intriguing stats on him. There you go. C-Rod drafters love Zach Moss and Toby Gerhart. Thing is, Moss had bipartisan appeal, and Gerhart did too, because they were pretty good pass catchers. One of the funniest bits right now is Sam Sherman being a Chris Rodriguez guy. That's gonna be a very good bit. Hope to get old Sherm on the show here pretty soon. I would like to pick his brain. I would actually like to argue with him. Besides Seattle and sort of Minnesota, most running back rooms appear fairly defined. Best rookie landing spots appear to be premium running back twos. I do agree with that, although I think that there are probably more spots out there than you would think where a rookie could find themselves in good playing time, because good rookies, like I think a good rookie could find themselves playing time on Miami. I think a good rookie could find themselves playing time on Houston. I think a good rookie could find themselves playing time in Tennessee, Denver, potentially, depending on what they do there. Raiders, no. Falcons, maybe. Detroit. Where do I stand on the health niche fiber debate? I take a fiber supplement every day. Fiber is almost as important, probably just as important as protein, but people don't max out their protein or their fiber near as much as they do their protein. Oh, a good rookie running back can definitely steal work on the Bears. Yeah, very, very good call here from my guy Mike. Very, very true. Dang. All right, Mendoza went, so I'm totally screwed at quarterback now. Oh, dude, I'm getting railroaded. Why did this guy take Mendoza? B Bell. Oh, all right. We're tilting. We're tilting now. Man, I am boned at quarterback. We might have to take 4 quarterbacks on this team. I did. I got quarterback mogged. I got frame mogged by B Bell. All right. I'm going to take the aforementioned Mike Washington Jr. Hope he signs with Seattle, and gonna try and not get frame mogged with our next pick. Easy 4 quarterback save. Ugh, horrible. I hate doing it. I guess I don't need 4. I definitely need at least 3 because I don't have any starter. Like there's no guaranteed starter left. God, that's so annoying. Gotta jam Sadiq with Bowers with an 18 pick wait coming up. It's thank you, Jake. I mean, what was I gonna do? Take freaking Mendoza? I hate that, bro. All right, Jacoby Brissett, Michael Wilson stack. Let's see if I can save this. All right, we got Puka, Bowers, Breece, Mike Evans, Bhayshul Tootin, Jalen Warren, Michael Wilson, Brock Purdy, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jonah Coleman, Kenyon Sadiq, Mike Washington, and Jacoby Brisket. It is a very Jacoby Brisket team. Which is probably not a positive, but it is what it is. I'm not doing the 5-5-5-5. Cousins or Fields. I mean, the issue you have with taking Fields is even if Fields does start at the beginning of the season because Mahomes is not ready. It's true. We didn't know how well we had it before leg up kind of ruined our environment. Yeah, the cards are definitely tanking. I mean, that much is certainly true. The cards are tanking. Ooh, Fields over under pick 100 in the eliminator. It'll depend on the report we get on Mahomes' health, right? If Mahomes is trending towards playing week 1, we'll see, but Fields is going to be picked pretty high in the eliminator. That's certainly the case. Hmm. Man. Man, oh man. Fields is an eliminated ass pick. Have you considered that Brissett has to compete with a quarterback that learned under Mahomes last season? I haven't gone there yet. I haven't gotten there yet, but very interesting. Very interesting. If Mike Washington Jr. goes to the Seahawks, then what is his ADP going to be if he does go to the Seahawks? That it feels like he could end up being, if he goes to the Seahawks, he could end up being like a 7th round pick. I did not see Pete get sniped, but people told me his cortisol got spiked. Ah, 78 ADP. That sounds about right if he goes to the Seahawks. Man, do I just take another quarterback here just so I don't get sniped again? I feel like I might have to. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take Tua Tagovailoa. No, do I want to take Tua? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take Tua. And then I'll save a pick for the very, very end. And I can take a 4th. Because even freaking Gino win at 154. Uh Survivor pool, bracket pool, or betting on all the games. I'm doing all of the above. Tomorrow on the Swolecast is gonna be our big show. Yeah, the quarterback environment is not fun. Hey man, these are not even site credits. My site credits do not renew until July. These are just full on Troy Franklin team. No, let's do an Adonai Mitchell. These are just full on US American dollar teams. My site credits hit. These are I guess in a way these could be site credits because this is just money that I won for playing best ball last year. But these are dollars that theoretically I could withdraw. Oh man. Man, oh man. Anytime you have to take Adonai Mitchell to save your wide receiver room at pick 171, your wide receiver room is probably not that good. Hmm. I don't know. Do you guys think Purdy, Brisket, Tua? Am I taking a 4th quarterback? Am I taking like a Derek Carr or a Russell Wilson or whatever, or a Ty Simpson on this team? What do you guys think? I think I still might have to. My running back room is pretty cromulent. Breece, Tootin, Warren, Coleman, Washington, Puka, Evans, Michael Wilson, Wandale, Adonai Mitchell feels fine. I could probably get away. I could probably get away with 2 tight ends on this team. I don't. I don't think Shadur's gonna start, bro. I think you're probably going to see Deshaun Watson start. Like I really do think Deshaun Watson is going to start for the Browns, which is, I mean, it's very dark. It doesn't make me happy that we're gonna have to watch Deshaun Watson play. Like, who wants that? No one, no one, no one wants that. Stop at 3. How many dingers am I gonna get in? Not enough. Not enough. I love the dinger conceptually. I just like my my time management as a dad is not quite 100% locked in yet. So I have not been able to draft as much other stuff as I have wanted. I would love to get Aaron on this team. He just went pick 178 in the 15th round. The quarterback environment is completely cooked here. We have reached. I big time wish. Yeah, I think they think this was. I think they'll realize that this is a mistake. Where they should have done 50 entry max on the little board. I agree with that. All right, we're up, and we're gonna take. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take Ty Simpson again. I'm gonna take the fourth quarterback. Biggest board happening this year? I don't know. I don't know. Unclear. I hope it does. Maybe after the big board fills, they'll do it. But I think we got to show them that there is an appetite for it. Let's do an Isaac Tesla team. So we've got 3 picks left, and our team is Brock Purdy, Jacoby Brissett, Tua Tagovailoa, and Ty Simpson. Breece Hall, Bhayshul Tuten, Jalen Warren, Jonah Coleman, Mike Washington, Puka Nacua, Mike Evans, Michael Wilson, Wandale Robinson, Adonai Mitchell, Isaac Tesla, Brock Bowers, and Kenyon Sadiq. I don't think the little board is not 198,000 entries, is it? Is that really how big it is? I thought it was significantly less than that, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Do, 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 do. Have I drafted Ted Hurst? Oh yeah, we've drafted a lot of Ted Hurst. Wow. All right, it was 198K entries. Yeah, I mean, if it was 150 max, they could have made it. They could have made it even bigger than that. 150 max would have been very fun. Yeah, I mean, Isaac Tesla, all the dude does is score tuds. Why are people not excited about Mr. Touchdown Score? You know, makes very little sense to me why people are not excited for the dude who just keeps scoring the tuds. But what do I know? At the end of the day, what do I know? A marathon dinger stream before lock is not happening. Love the dinger, but it's not happening. Also not doing any college basketball best ball. I'm very much sure there is an edge in there. I just would have a hard time knowing what it was. I'm sure there are edges in a lot of these games. If you were like the only one like simming out the field, simming the contest, doing projections, I'm sure there's a lot of edges. Like there's probably a huge edge in like NHL playoff best ball, but I personally would not know what that edge is. Could draft while running a marathon and you have to keep drafting till you finish. Oof. I do want to be doing I actually have some ideas for like using some skateboarding footage for best ball. I actually today was gonna go try and film something, but it's 20 degrees outside in St. Louis today, so I skipped it. I'm also also getting over a cold. Okay, sidekick is saying receiver here. Sidekick is probably correct. So let's do, you know what? Someone just mentioned Ted Hurst. Let's do a little Ted Hurst action. Is 150 max daunting for newbies? I think it's more daunting when a contest doesn't fill. I don't know. I don't know what all their priorities are. All right. Um so we've got 4 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 2 tight ends. What do I want to do here? Another receiver. Let's do yeah, you know what? Let's do Dontavian Wicks. I'm still a Wicks truther. Big board requires 150 maxers. Little board requires not 9K plus. The huge edge in playoff NFL is knowing you need 5 in the final, and the variance is nuts. There you go. Thoughts on Jalen McMillan with Mike Evans gone? He's been solid with limited touches. I actually do think he probably is a little undervalued right now because he's just a clear starter in 11 personnel in what has been a pretty fantasy friendly and very consolidated offense as well. That's a big part of it. The offense has been so consolidated. And what if Igbuka is not the guy that we thought he was? Very, very possible that Emeka Igbuka is not that guy. I mean, I don't think it's likely, but it's certainly possible. All right, what are we gonna do for the final pick here? Sidekick is giving me tight end and wide receivers options. Are we good with a running back room of Breece, Tootin, Warren, Coleman, Washington? I think we probably are. Maybe a good team to take Tonjes. Igbuka is him, or is he Benjamin Button? I don't know. It's very hard to say if he's him or if he's Benjamin Button. Yeah, maybe I will do a Tonjes team. I have like no Tonjes teams. There are some big Tonjes bros in the Slappy Central Discord. Those of us who spend our time in the Slappy Central Discord, we've had some Tonjes wars. They did just re-sign him. All right, yeah, let's do it. It's like a fine team. Ooh, did he go? No, Gasicki's at the top. I'm gonna take Tonjes. All right, did we land the plane? Maybe my first 4 quarterback team: Brock Purdy, Jacoby Brissett, Tua Tagovailoa, Ty Simpson. Running backs: Breece Hall, Bhayshul Tootin, Jalen Warren, Jonah Coleman, Mike Washington Jr., Puka Nacua, Mike Evans with Purdy, Michael Wilson with Jacoby, Wan'Dale Robinson, Adonai Mitchell, Isaac Tesla, Ted Hurst, Dontavian Wicks, Brock Bowers, Kenyon Sadiq, and Jake Tonjes. Well, sometimes you just can't get a quarterback. What boost do we have in the lobby? We got a 50% boost. All right, let's cook ourselves up a little pick 'em for the evening. Memphis and Chicago. Let's find Modest Buzelis, points, rebounds, plus assists. Let's do a Nathan McKinnon goal. 0.8, God, only 0.86. And then can we do tennis? Do we have? Oh, they just finished the final for tennis. There's nothing good. Utah and Dallas. That's actually perfect because we could do Heiskanen point. Yeah, we'll do. Do we want to do Duchesne? We'll do Heiskanen. All right, here we go. Our booster Reno for the evening. over on the dog application. Ooh, Champions Live. Forgot to share that. Picks. Bang. Here we go. Pick for the evening. Modest Buzelis higher than 29.5 points plus rebounds and assists. Miro Heiskanen to get a point or more. Nathan McKinnon to score a goal with a little booster in the lobby over on Underdog Fantasy. If you're not signed up, you can use promo code Davis to get a free play over there. I think you get a free square as well if you sign up using code Davis. I will be back with all of you guys tomorrow. Back with all you guys on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday. Until then, make sure you like the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel for daily fantasy football videos, and I will see you guys all back.